I have tweaked it. I have condensed it. This works. And I've had several people reach out to me saying that they finally got their batches to turn out using my methods. That looks beautiful. There is no separation in this little baby. Oh my gosh. I use the Body Temp method and it works wonderfully. I'm still using the same recipe, but I changed how I do it. You're gonna need a large glass measuring cup, half and half, ultra pasteurized, a bacteria. I got this off Amazon. I will leave links to all of this down below in the description. I bought the 10 billion. You need 20 billion to start. So you're gonna need, if you buy the 10 billion, you're gonna need 2 of these capsules to do your starter batch. This is Dr. Davis's Reuteri capsules. Okay, you're gonna need some kind of little bowl like this because when we get ready to use these, we will open up these capsules into this bowl first before we add it to our mixture. You're gonna need some inulin powder and we're gonna use about 2 tablespoons of that in this batch. You're gonna need a yogurt maker. Mine is the Ultimate. This one has been amazing. It's very tiny. It's very easy to use and I have not had any issues. Per my recommendation and what has worked for me, everything needs to be at body temperature. I use 99 degrees. Even my empty bowls, I have them sitting in this water bath. I have this turned on to 99 degrees just to keep it warm until I get ready to add my mixture into these bowls. Hey guys, just taking a quick pause. Would you mind hitting that like button down below? Looks like that. Huge help to my small channel. YouTube uses that to help push my videos out so other people might find this video as well. I really appreciate your help. Okay, this is one part, critical part that I have changed. I now take 16 ounces of this very ultra pasteurized dairy and I go ahead and put 16 ounces in this pan. Not for the purpose of pasteurization, but I add my inulin to this. Inulin can become contaminated very easy by the bag being opened and closed multiple times and scooping out of it. If it becomes contaminated, it will mess with the turnout of your fermented dairy. I now do this every time because you do not know if your bag of inulin becomes contaminated. So it's just a better habit to just do this every time. If your inulin does have microbes in it, it will compete with the bacteria that you are trying to grow. So you do not want that. So another reason I am now doing this is because once I heat up the small batch of dairy to 165 degrees, I will mix that with my cold dairy. That will pretty much get me to about 99 to 100. It's ready to go. All I have to do is add the bacteria to this body temperature liquid and then put it in my yogurt maker and I'm done. So I don't have to wait for any dairy to cool down. This change has been instrumental in making this easier, making it more efficient, and making it quicker. Okay, make sure you're stirring this quite often so that your thermometer can get a clear reading. Make sure everything is blended well. What this does is it also preserves your bag of inulin. This will just eliminate me from having to buy a new bag because I have followed this process of trying to get rid of all the contamination. Okay, we are done, warmed up. We're actually a little higher than 165, which is fine. It's not much higher. I will pull it off. Okay, I'm going to add this very warm mixture here. This has got the inulin in it. We got this to 165 degrees. Okay, so we're going to add that to this cold dairy right here, which should get it up to temperature. Okay, I'm going to stir that all in. Okay, it's like at 101, about 102 right now. By the time I get this in here, I will recheck it, make sure it's going down in temperature to 99. It's already at 100.9. Once it is, I can add my bacteria into here, stir it, and then we're done and we can pour it into our bowls. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'm going to take 2 of these capsules. They are 10 billion each. We need 20 billion. They're just little capsules that I use. You just twist them apart and release all the powder that's on the inside. Squeeze just a little bit to make sure you get all the bacteria out of there. Sometimes it will get stuck at the top like that. I just like to get all the bacteria out. Let's do our second 10 billion capsule. We have our bacteria right there. Let me check the temperature. We are at 100. There is a variance. You can be down a little bit below 99. You can be above 99 a little bit. I try and stay at 99, so I'm covered either way. Whether my water temperature goes up a little bit or goes down a little bit, I know that I'm okay. I'm going to go ahead and add this in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of whisk it lightly, but make sure it's all nicely incorporated. Take my dairy spoon. I'm just going to get it all the way down to the bottom. Everything looks well dispersed. I don't feel any clumps at the bottom. That was so much easier. I love that method. Okay, our temperature's at 100.9, which is fine. Remember, we have a little variance to go up or down, and I try and stay at 99 so that I have that variance to play with. Okay, I'm going to pull the lids off. My next quick tip is we are going to vary our pour. Stir it in between. Reason being, one time I had one bowl turn out great, the other bowl separated. It was when I poured half in here, and then I went here and poured half. So if you're stirring in between and alternating your pour, you should be fine. Okay, and pour again. Okay, let's stir. Pour again. My water is just below the yogurt line, so I'm going to get a little bit more water to add to this. I'm just going to get it out of the tap, making sure it's not too hot. So I'm going to add a little bit more water to get it up to the line where the yogurt sits in the bowl. Put our lids on. Everything is at a body temperature. So now when we start our yogurt maker, it will start the fermentation process immediately. When you start everything cold, you're actually not getting the full 36-hour fermentation time because everything is having to heat up. All right, we're gonna add our lid. This is very easy to set, very easy to use. One thing to keep in mind, this has to cook for 36 hours. So if you're starting it at 7 in the morning, you're gonna have to pull it out in 36 hours, 7 p.m. at night. So you need to pay attention to that, okay? So it's better to start this in the morning or start it at night. That way you're either putting it in the refrigerator in the morning or you're putting it in the refrigerator at night before you go to bed. Okay, when you plug it in, we're going to then set the temperature. So push on that, it will start blinking. Mine will auto default to 99 degrees, which is perfect. That's where I want it. Push the temperature button again. It goes solid. Goes over here to the time. It defaults at 24 hours. You have to do 36 hours. That is the only way to get the full population of the bacteria. This is not about just the yogurt. This is about getting your high population of your Lactobacillus reuteri bacteria. Okay, once we have it to 36, I'm gonna hit start and we are good to go. That is absolutely all you have to do. And this little jewel is so tiny, it fits perfectly and it's out of the way. Let's give this yogurt a look, see what we got going on here. And we're gonna do a taste test. That looks beautiful. There is no separation in this little baby. Oh my gosh. This looks amazing. I crave this stuff. Look, you guys. You can kind of see the inside. It looks lovely. That turned out absolutely perfect. The only thing that's moving around is just the condensation on the top layer. And once I mix all this up, that will just blend right in. It's so yummy. You got to make you some, and it's so good for your gut. You've got to go to Dr. Davis's YouTube channel and check out all his information regarding this bacteria and what it does for your gut. If you've never tried this, it's like a Greek yogurt type flavor. Very yummy. It's got that tanginess. And when you have different batches that you make, and sometimes they'll turn out different, or they may turn out a little separated or whatever, sometimes they have a little different flavor. If you use a different type of fiber or whatever, it's okay. Just mix it up. Mix it up. Use it as a starter in your next batch. Eat it. It's okay. I've eaten every batch that I have made. Trust me, they have turned out really weird sometimes because of experimental process that I used. So, okay, one more thing I'm going to show you. Okay, so the other bowl, I made 2 bowls. You saw that. This is a silicone mold that are 2 tablespoon portions. Okay, so I took that one bowl, I went ahead and filled each one up and froze it. The bacteria will go dormant if it's frozen, so it's good. So now when I make my next batch, this will be my starter. I will not use the capsules. So I will use one of these 2 tablespoon cubes as my starter, drop it in my dairy. I will use 2 tablespoons of inulin still, because that helps create the growth. These already have growth, remember, because we started with the capsules, and by the time you ferment for 36 hours, it has like went crazy. You start with 20 billion and it goes up to like 300 billion or something. So this works really, really well. I got these on Amazon. I will have these linked below. They're also in my Amazon store if you'd like to go look at that as well. This will save you money. If you're doing these starter cubes, this will save you money on having to buy the little bacteria capsules or tablets or whatever you're using, because they're expensive. That little jar that I used was like $55. It's lasted quite a long time, but why not use some of the starter cubes that you've already made? So you guys, I want you to try this. I want you to let me know if it worked. This is, again, a little variation from my first longer video. So certainly go check that out. I had some special tips and tricks in there as well, and a little bit more information. So